Hey buddies, oh my gosh, double digits, lesson 9, here we come. Lesson 9 is an interesting one. After all of those amazing calculations today, lesson 9 is an investigation. We're checking out expressions that have parentheses. We're going to be writing some expressions based on like jumbles of words, and we're also going to be writing some expressions based on diagrams. So really going deep and really considering where we are in our understanding of fractions, of whole numbers. So let's just take a look at some examples here. Okay guys, lesson 10, it's happening right now. Okay, so here we are being asked to write an expression to match the tape diagram, then evaluate, meaning solve the expression. Okay, so let's look at this tape diagram. We've been drawing tape diagrams in order to solve expressions. So we know our way around a tape diagram. First, let's look at the whole. The whole, as you can see, is represented by 9 plus 11. Keep in mind, you guys, addition can also be described using the word sum. So this can be the sum of 9 and 11, or 9 plus 11, of course. So we're going to write an expression that supports this diagram. So you guys can see 9 plus 11, or 9, the sum of 9 and 11, represents the whole. And I'm just going to go ahead and protect that with parentheses. And then I also am noticing that the rectangle is chopped into 4 pieces. So we're going to be looking for a fraction of the sum of 9 plus 11. And I know that the fraction is going to have a denominator of 4 because the rectangle is chopped into 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. We are interested in, though, you can see the question mark is labeled across 3 of these pieces. So what we're actually interested in, you guys, is 3/4 of 9 plus 11, or 9 plus 11 times 3/4. These are the same expression. The only difference is that here we have of, and here we have a multiplication sign. Of and multiplication represent the same things. Something else we can do, you guys, is we can lead with our 3/4 of the sum of 9 and 11. We can start with 3/4. 3/4 times the sum of 9 and 11. All 4 of these expressions, you guys, all represent this amazing tape diagram. Pretty cool stuff. Now, what we're being asked to do is evaluate or solve the expression. And no biggie, this is what we've been working on for a while now. So I would be overjoyed to evaluate that expression. I was also wanting more of like a teal color. Is that too much? Oh yeah, that's exactly what color I want. Feeling this is very 80s. My year, or my decade. Let's go ahead and evaluate this expression, you guys. When we're evaluating expressions that have these marks, these are parentheses, we're going to start inside the parentheses first. So these 4 expressions are all the same. Let's go ahead and solve this expression because it just feels really lucky to me. So 9 plus 11 times 3/4. Let's evaluate what's inside the parentheses first. 9 plus 11 is 20. And now we're just going to finish writing the expression with our updated information. We've figured out that 9 plus 11 is 20. Now we need to multiply 20 by 3/4. We know how to do that very simply. I'm running out of room So I'm going to take a little field trip. We're going to move that up here. So what we're looking at here, you guys, is 20 times 3/4. And again, this is stuff that we've been working on all week. 20 times 3/4 is equal to 20 times 3 upstairs. And then our denominator is 4. I wonder if you guys are considering how to simplify this. I'm noticing 20 and 4, they're very friendly numbers. I can divide 4 by 4, and I can divide 20 by 4. Divide here, and I'm actually going to draw this. When we divide 4 by 4, we get 1. When we divide 20 by 4, my friends, we get 5.
Brian Parnell, please come to the office. Brian Parnell.
So
come to the office.
That's the simplifying step, friends. We divide 4 by 4 and we divide 20 by 4 to get our updated numbers. And now it's so easy. You can see all we're doing now is 5 times 3, which I can do, is 15. And that's going to be over 1. So we have 15 over 1, which is equal to 15. And that is going to be our final answer for this magnificent tape diagram. Very cool. This one is looking a little different. So here we are asked to write and evaluate an expression from word form. So the word form is here. The product of 4 and 2 divided by 3. So we need to kind of unpack the language here. Divided by 3, don't overthink that one. We're going to use a division symbol. Or you guys know we can also replace a division symbol with a fraction bar. So those are our options here. Either one of those would be totally acceptable. We need to unpack this language here. The product of 4 and 2. Product notes multiplication. Cool. So let's go ahead and write an expression based on the word form, which we see here. So we're looking for the product of means multiplication. We're looking for the product of these two numbers, 4 and 2. Let's go ahead and protect them with parentheses. The product of 4 and 2 is going to be divided by 3. Done. Great. We could write that in so many different ways. I'm just going to stick with this because it just feels good. So the product of multiplication 4 and 2 divided by 3. Awesome. Let's go ahead and evaluate this. When we evaluate, we're going to start evaluating first with whatever's inside the parentheses. So 4 times 2 is 8. Now we need to divide 8 by 3. Another way we can write 8 divided by 3 is 8, you guys know this, over 3. Both of these are totally acceptable. We want to simplify 8 over 3. We can do this in a few different ways. I'm going to go ahead and use our decomposing of numbers, or decompose the numerator. Let's think about 8 over 3. 8 is much larger than 3. Can we pull any whole numbers out of this? Yes. I can pull, and so you guys know, as far as a whole number is concerned, 3/3 is equal to 1. So let's figure out how many 3/3 we can pull out of this so that we can rename this number in simplest terms. So I can pull 3 out of 8. 8 minus 3 is 5. So I can pull another 3 out of 8, and then what would we have left? I would have 2. So 3 plus 2 plus 3 is 8. We just decomposed 8 into 3, 2, and 3. Now we can rewrite it as 3/3 plus 2/3. This is kind of funny order, but it's okay. Plus 3/3. Do you guys see how 8/3 is equal to 3/3 plus 2/3 plus 3/3? Great. You guys know that we can rename 3/3 as whole number 1. You guys know that we can rename 3/3 as whole number 1. And then we'll have our 2/3. So let's now see what we have. I have 1, 2, and 2/3. Awesome. 8/3, you guys, totally acceptable answer. But our fancy 5th grade final answer is simplest form, and that is going to look like 8 2/3. Let's check out one more here, guys. I really liked this one because here we're really exploring all the wonderful ways that we can rename expressions. And you guys can see that these are actually showing up in different languages. Some we have word form and some we have expressions. So just so we're on the same playing field, let's go ahead and transfer the word form into expression so that we can really see what they look like. So 4 copies of the sum of 1/3 and 1/3. Oh, okay, so I know sum means addition. We're looking for the sum of 1/3 and 1/3. So that means that we're actually adding 1/3 and 1/3. Okay. Let me erase that so that's not confusing. And then 4 copies of means that we're going to multiply that by 4. So we've got 4 times the sum of 1/3 and 1/3. I'm seeing 2/3 over here, so I'm going to go ahead and just evaluate that because it's so simple to add 1/3 and 1/3. So what we're actually looking at here, you guys, is 4 times 2/3. Interesting. So I'm noticing that E and D are the same expression. I'm going to circle those in blue. You guys know that 4 times 2/3 is equal to 2/3 times 4. We can write addition expressions and multiplication expressions in either way. We can flip them. So that's interesting. Let's look at F. You guys know that 2 divided by 3 can actually be rewritten as 2/3. You guys know that we can rewrite any division expression as a fraction. So if we were to do that, 2 divided by 3 means the same thing as 2/3. 2 out of 3. 2 divided by 3. So what I'm looking at here, you guys, is the same expression. Let's circle that in blue. Okay, very cool. Oh, I got ahead of myself. I was supposed to rewrite this as an expression. 4/3 doubled. 4/3 doubled means to make 2 copies of it. We see the same digits, but this expression is not the same as this expression. Let's look at this here. We have 3 times 4 divided by 2. Not the same as E, D, and F. And then we have 2 divided by 3 times 4. 2 divided by 3, my friends, you guys know can be rewritten like this. 2/3 times 4. Okay, so we have another one that looks exactly the same. I'm now looking at C and B. Whoa, that was my coughing. C and B, definitely not the same. But since we have 1, 2, 3, 4 expressions that are the same, let's go ahead and evaluate this expression. They're pretty simple. I'm going to do it up here since I have the most workspace. Let's just evaluate. Nope, that's not the same expression, Ms. Calamare. Slow down. Let's evaluate A, E, D, and F. Upstairs, we're multiplying 2 times 4. And then downstairs, we have a denominator of 3. So when we multiply 2 times 4, we get 8, and then the bottom is 3. Is that what we had I feel like that's exactly what we had on our last, same answer as our last problem. That's interesting. When we decompose 8/3, remember we just did this? That is so funny that we have the same answer. We can decompose 8 into 3 plus 3 plus 2, which means 8/3 can be rewritten as 2 and 2/3. That is so funny that we would have the same answer. So the answer, friends, for A, E, D, and F is 2 and 2/3. Let's go ahead and evaluate 2 divided by 3 times 4. Right here. So 2 divided by 3 times 4. Remember with parentheses, you guys. Oops, that is not an addition symbol. Let's see, it should be multiplication, silly. Try that again. 3 times 4. Remember, when we're evaluating these expressions, evaluate what's inside the parentheses first. Well, 3 times 4 is 12. 2 divided by 12 is equal to, oh, my phone is ringing, 2 over 12. Okay, sorry that I was interrupted by the phone. Yes, it's equal to 2 over 12. We can further simplify 2 over 12 by thinking about, I can divide 2 by 2 and 12 by 2. And I guess I don't have to cross those out, silly Missy. I can divide 2 by 2, and then I would also have to do 12 by 2. And when we do that, 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 12 divided by 2 is 6. So for C, our answer there is 1/6, which just leaves us to B. Sorry that these are all out of order, but sometimes math is messy. 4 thirds times 2. I'm just going to rewrite that here. 4 thirds times 2. Let's go ahead and evaluate this. Upstairs, we have 4 times 2. And then downstairs, we have 3. So this is actually interesting. This answer is going to be 8 thirds, just like the answer was for A, E, D, and F. Because ultimately what we're doing, you guys, is 4 times 2 up top. For these, it was 2 times 4 up top. So it's very similar. It's not exactly the same, but these do result, for B, that does result in the same final answer. 8 thirds, of course, when simplified, is equal to 2 and 2 thirds. Okay, secret word time. Secret word is, what was I interrupted by? And this is not the first time that I've been interrupted during our math video. What was I interrupted by just a few minutes ago? Something was happening and I had to kind of cut the video short. That is the secret word. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, rewind and watch a little bit. Please make sure, I know this is a lot of stuff. Please make sure you are comfortable with this stuff tomorrow, comfortable enough to be able to try it with me with support. If you're feeling like kind of funky about this stuff, maybe rewind and watch the problems where I write the expressions based on tape diagrams. Maybe you'll watch that again, or maybe, I think these tape diagrams, writing expressions based on tape diagrams, this is definitely what gives kids the most problems. So if you're feeling like that was really unclear, feel free to rewind and watch that part again. Definitely, I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday already. Woohoo! I love these weeks where we're not canceled by snow. So I'll see you in the morning, guys. Keep up the great work.